Hey YouTube, Tom here from Video Gamer Soapbox today to talk to you about microtransactions and Day 1 DLC. We're going to focus on microtransactions though, since this seems to be a rising problem. If you haven't heard by now, a lot of the next-gen systems are now wanting to use microtransactions. What this means is you have the option to pay real-life money in the game to unlock certain items. Let's use Forza 5 for example here. After buying the game, you can pay, I don't know how much the price is, but you can pay so much real-life money and unlock all of the cars, therefore making the game pretty much useless because you've already unlocked all of the cars. So, now, I'm actually going to defend the companies that are doing this. I know a lot of you aren't going to agree with it, but hear me out. When it comes to microtransactions, all it is it's the developers and the companies giving the player the option to choose whether they want to or not want to use that stuff. So it's all up to you. Now, I personally think they should get rid of it because I think that microtransactions and doing what they're doing is lowering the lifespan of their games, because if people are just going to spend money just because they want to make that easy, quick buck, it's, no one's going to want to play it anymore because they're going to go through the games so fast. So it's a nice idea, but it's not going to be worth it in the long run because, again, the developers are going to have to start pumping out games as fast as Call of Duty does, and it's going to be like Call of Duty where each game is the exact same because of the fact that people are going to get bored, So that's just my feeling. When it comes to microtransactions, they should stay in games like Farmville, they should stay in games like Han, they should stay in games like League of Legends, games where they are free, but you are given the option to buy things to help you, whether it be a IP boost, whether it be, this, that, or the other. It's up to the player at that point. Personally, I think that League of Legends has it right, which is where you can unlock different skins. But that's just me. Primarily, though, I don't think microtransactions are that great, but it's nice that they're at least giving players the options. The only other games that I know that are going to be including them, from what I've researched, is Killer Instinct. That's going to have it. From what the developers have already said, is that, or not the developers, but from what I've read, it's going to be behind a paywall. A lot of the content is going to be microtransactions where you have to buy what I'm going to assume is the characters. I don't think you're going to have to buy abilities, but God knows anymore. The only other game is Rise, Son of Rome, but none of the microtransactions are for single player. It's all for the multiplayer. So that's a yay, not too bad. Now, on the subject of Day 1 DLC, I hate Day 1 DLC. Because essentially what's that's saying is, well, even though you paid $60 for our video game, we now want another $10 out of you, which makes no sense. You already paid $60, why don't you get the full content of the game? Developers shouldn't be releasing games where they're not releasing the entire content of the game on Day 1. And the only way that people are actually going to be able to, voice your opinion. Send them letters. Send them, tell them you don't like this. Microsoft is stating that they're still learning, but the thing is, they should have learned from the fact that at E3, they got yelled at for everything they were wanting to do with the Xbox One, and they're still not learning. Microsoft has proven that they care more about their money than they do about pleasing their customers. Now, Sony is also going to be including microtransactions from what I've read, but not nearly as much as Microsoft is. So, voice your opinions, but that's just my thought process. Nonetheless, go ahead and comment below on what your opinion of microtransactions and Day 1 DLC is. I don't have a lot for Day 1 DLC because, honestly, you all know what it is, and we all know it's bullshit. So, nonetheless, if you like my videos, like, subscribe. This is Tom, signing out. Bye.